In order to do that, we do sessions with communities for them to understand, especially yung mga basura, para ma-protect yung dam natin. And at the same time, informing our stakeholders kung magsispilling po kami. Hindi po kami basta-basta nagsispilling, we do coordinated efforts. And under my leadership, we're planning to add localized weather stations in every single dam. And we are currently even crunching the numbers of the past 30 years para maintindihan po namin ng mga weather patterns through the years. And we can do our spilling operations in a more scientific manner. Our fourth and last pillar, which is providing national energy security through the management and operation of our remaining generating assets. These remaining on-grid generation assets, particularly the 7 hydroelectric power plants of the Agus and Pulangi complex, provides 25 to 30% of clean energy to the Mindanao grid. We give a dependable capacity of 929 megawatts, with a gross generation in 2024 of 4,491 gigawatt hours. Because of this operation, we give a plus 8.769 billion. This is net po na pera na binibigay po namin at tinatanggap po ng PSAM. So where will we be in 2026 kung masuportahan po yung mga programs po natin? We will increase our 24-hour operations from 84 to 101. We will increase our 12 to 23 hours operation from 18 to 42, and we will decrease our less than 12 hours operation from 79 to 52 plants. Total number of plants that we will add will be from 181 to 195. Also under my leadership, Mr. Chair, Honorable Senators, I want to look deeply into the unserved areas. Masyado tayong nakafocus sa underserved. Punta na rin po tayo sa unserved. And hoping that these unserved will be, pinapadesign po namin, per on the drawing board, microgrids, hybrid. Doon po tayo papunta. Personally, bumababa po ako sa mga design engineers, mga bata and ambitious, and I'm challenging them to create green energy solutions for our future. Now, on to the budget. Our corporate operating budget is 42.5 billion pesos for 2026. This corporate operating budget is majority for our MOOEs, where we have a fuel cost of 13 billion pesos. This 13 billion fuel cost, personally, I am reviewing this for its inefficiencies, especially in the deliveries, because I want to bring it down. So we're still asking this by default because it's just my 31st workday. Inaaral ko pa po paano gawin itong efficient para hindi masyado malaki. Dahil isa po yung challenge ng ating Energy Secretary. Sinabi po niya sa akin, kailangan babaan ang diesel dependence po ng Napocor, and we are up for the challenge. We are also subsidizing about 16 billion for our NPPs and QTPs and other contracted services, rent, debt service, repairs and maintenance, and other expenses. For personal services, we have 3.1 billion and our capital outlays of 3.5 billion pesos. On to the national government subsidy, ito po yung topic natin na hinihingi po namin sa Kongreso. Ang hinihingi lang po namin ay 1.5 billion, hindi po yung buong 42. So 1.5 billion po yung hinihingi namin, and we're hoping that you can support it. This 1.5 billion will go to clean and affordable energy, access to electricity, and power system reliability and resilience. So on clean and affordable energy, these are our solar and BESS. For access to electricity, this is for our transmission lines, distribution lines, substations, and switching stations. And for power system reliability and resilience, ito po yung aming rehabilitation ng ating power facilities, and ang karamihan dyan is the Mindoro grid upgrading. On budget utilization, you could see here 2022, 2023, 2024, and the first 8 months of 2025. Medyo mababa po yung last portion, but we are looking that by the end of the year, above 90% po yung budget utilization natin sa corporate operating budget. Ever since I assumed the presidency, hindi po tayo basta-basta pumipirma. Tinitingnan ko po lahat ng mga kontrata at marami po yung mga kontrata na marami akong tanong. So that might be a little bit of a delay, pero ayaw ko po kasing pumirma na hindi ko naiintindihan kung tama ba talaga yung pupuntahan ng pera. And on the budget utilization for our national government subsidy, which is the one that we are asking for congressional support, as you can see, 75.64% na po tayo as of August, pero aakyat din po yan towards the end of the year. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, President Pres Jericho. We'll go to PNOC, and we'll just combine the presentation of your subsidies, since PNOC is the mother company. So we'll call on PNOC's presentation. Then after that, finally, we'll call on PSAM.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the Senate Committee. This is the presentation of the Philippine National Oil Company. Next slide, please. This is the mandate to authorize exploration, exploitation, development, and utilization of all forms of energy resources. Our vision is to be a strategic niche player, and our mission is to complement the efforts of the private sector. Next slide, please. These are major accomplishments in terms of remittances to national government over 3 years. We have remitted 1.6 in 2022, 2023 2.6 billion, and 2024 2.46 million. In spite of the approved budget in 2025, 1.25 billion, we are projecting a net income of 1.79 billion, and that out of that 179 billion, we're expecting 895 million to 1.34 billion remittance to the national government. Next slide, please. This is the proposed corporate operating budget, NEP level. We are proposing a 5.8 billion distributed in terms of capital outlay at 4.723 billion, and MOE at 848 million, and the personnel services at 237 million. The biggest chunk of the COB is on the capital outlay at 81%, followed by MOE at 14 and 4.0% for personnel services. Next slide. This was the proposed COB and was presented. The capital outlay consists of the following particular projects, and it's about 4.7, and the rest MOE and the personal services, totaling to 5.809 billion. Comparatively, 2025 versus 2026, as shown in the right side of the slide, the increase in the capital outlay from 0.17 last year to 4.72. That is the major variance in the budget. Next slide. Recap of our prior year's performance in terms of the GAA versus the actual. At an average, we are utilizing our budget at about less than 50% at an average. There is an explanation on the 2024 and 2025 utilization, which I will be explaining later on. But supposedly, if that financial headwind has not happened, we could have attained a higher budget utilization of 77%. Next slide. This slide shows our financial headwinds. We identified 3: the bank gas depletion by 2027, the Petron case, and the tax liability and dividend to national government as a result from discontinuance of PNOC subsidiaries. Next slide, please. With those financial headwinds, we redirected our thrust, our direction to the risk-to-equity projects and the land development at PNOC Bataan Properties. Next slide. So this slide explains one of the major trusts, which is really the business model on the risk-to-equity projects. In short, as a catalyst to energy investment, we will de-risk projects to crowd in equity and receive subsequent dividends. The slide there represents where we come in project development, in energy project development. Next slide. So the shift is actually from competing with the private sector to enabling it through a de-risk to equity strategy. From builder-operator, we want to be a market enabler. We want to crowd in private capital, not crowding out. And we only target budget only for the risk levers. What PNOC will not do, will not build, operate assets in mature bankable segments where private developers are active. We will not be duplicating projects without system value or public interest justification. Our budget allocations will be explicit to de-risk outcomes and counterpart private participation. Next slide. So from hodgepodge to portfolio logic. We were perceived as a competing with the private sector. Now we will focus on programs to specific system risk. Next slide. So these are the de-risk to equity projects and technologies, and we have here the financial run for each of these technologies. So what we are asking is a 500 for 2026, where what we are budgeting is the 520, and the succeeding years for 2026, 27, 28. For the information, we do not expect significant revenue stream for the next 3 years, Mr. Chair, because of the financial headwinds that we have identified. Next slide. Okay, so this is also a simulation run for the equity returns that we hope to achieve when we now de-risk, when we now develop the de-risk to equity model. Next slide. So as one of the major trusts of PNOC is the development of our Bataan properties. We have about 520 hectares of property in Bataan, and we want to optimize its utilization. Next slide. Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Thank you. Press Kabaraban. iba ba yung presentation ng EC and RC or is that incorporated in your